Hello YouTube and hello mind testers. Today I thought I'd do a quick comparison of the texture pack vanilla, and in order to do that I've loaded two copies of mind test side by side, both 4.15, and so I'll show you that I've selected vanilla in one and I've selected none in the other. And what I'm going to do is click on settings and show you that the settings are also set at exactly the same. So smooth lighting, particles, 3D clouds, opaque water, I will turn that off. Connected glass, note highlighting, fancy leaves, the aliasing, and all the rest of that's the same, and everything on this side's turned on. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to the same server, or more specifically the same world that's sitting on the workstation. So here we go. There are some subtle differences, of course. So starting off with, let's go back over here. First of all, the tulips, there are some subtle differences. The grass, there's some subtle differences in the grass. There's some differences here, and where it's really evident is when you do them side by side. So look, for example, at the apple there, and if you look at the apple over here, you'll see that it's significantly different. Again, same with these flowers that are here. So if I'll walk over here, and then I'll walk over there as well on here. So you can see that these dandelions here, they look different. Obviously much better on the other side. So next, the glass door. You can see the glass door looks better, and the resolution on in terms of the lines on the Miscon blocks that are here that illuminate, the lines are finer because again the texture pack is actually double the resolution. It's 32 by 32 instead of 16 by 16. So if you look at our pussycat here, our pussycat actually has ears in here, and not so much in the other texture pack. So I'll see if I can do the same kind of thing for comparison. So there we go. Look, we can see the ears are significantly different. Also, the stove is a little fancier, a little nicer, a little cleaner. Again, the apple has more shading, shaping to it, and the flowers have more coloring, and the leaves are a little fancier. All right, so let's mosey on over here to the beds. Where did my other bed go? Oh, I guess this texture pack doesn't have both beds. That's right. All right, so I'll hit continue here. That, or I forgot to put it out. That's probably what I forgot to do. Bed. I may have deleted it when I put the wool down. So anyway, there's your bed. And for the purposes of this, I'll have to actually lay it down for here because the world's already loaded and the chunk is already loaded. So you're not going to exactly see it here. All right, so I'm going to just put it at a point where you can actually see it. I'm going to walk over here and then I'll press escape. As soon as I look down a bit, there we go. I'm in close to the same spot here, and I will look down. There we go. So you can see the sheets on the bed are a little nicer, the headboards slightly nicer, etc. The wool is finer, as would you expect the sheets on the bed to be finer. The TNT, the text, and the shading is slightly better as well. I mean, I wouldn't call that revolutionary, but aesthetically it's nicer, and the string on top looks more like a string than it does there. I'm going to go back over here. Actually, I'm going to go back over here, and we're going to look up. So there's the acacia tree. I'm going to go to the same vantage point from over here and look up. So there are the acacia leaves over there. These actually look more like leaves. They're slightly rounded edges instead of square on the other. So I guess I'll take that as a better solution. This is the grasses that you saw over here. So there's jungle grass and there's regular grass. But what's interesting is there's 4 different heights of the grass itself. And this here is the acacia tree sapling. All right, so here's the acacia wood, and as you can see from the 2 versions, the acacia wood, the actual look of the wood is much nicer with the vanilla text pack than without it. Last but not least, we'll go over here and look at these fences. I mean, to me, that's one is pretty clear as well. The fence is much nicer in this version. Not much of a difference, but a little bit, so it shows a lot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit the inventory button, and I'm going to switch over here, and I'm going to do the same thing. And just here alone, you can see the differences. So look, again, the resolution is 4 times that because it's not double, it's 4 times. It's 16 by 16 versus 32 by 32. So it's actually quadruple, not double as you would think. So you can see, like, for example, look at the lava bucket and the water buckets. Look at the definition differences there. And here's the acacia tree sapling. Big cry from that. The aspen tree, as you can see, subtle differences, but nonetheless. And the aspen sapling, same deal. The apple obviously looks much better there, much different than when it's placed on the ground. And again, the acacia wood, as I mentioned in the last one, big difference there too. I'm going to go down and take a look at the boats as well, because I placed those there. For some reason, these didn't get saved. The bookshelves, I had placed bookshelves, but for some reason it didn't get saved in the world. The bookshelf and the holder for the vials, glass, whatever you want to call them. And here's the dry grass, dry shrub. Considerably different. I don't believe all of the textures have been updated in this this texture pack. Obviously, there's several that look still exactly the same or very, very similar. What I'm not crazy about is, I mean, I understand it's hard work to update some of these things, but to put initials over it like this, it just takes away from the whole point of making it look better. Who wants to walk around and see flowers and diamonds and all kinds of things with names on it? But hey, what do I know? So you see the glass. The glass is a little clearer. It's a little more pronounced, a little thinner, a little finer. Again, the mesa lamp is a little cleaner. There's a jungle grass, as I showed you on screen, a little better. Papyrus, much nicer looking over here. A little more shading to it, so it looks a little bit better. Pine sapling, obviously, it looks even more realistic. Sapling as well. Sand's a little more refined as well. This is what I meant about some things are done and some things are not. So look, see, the diamond shovel is done and the diamond pickaxe is done. But the bronze, those were left, I guess, because these are the prizes. The yellow gold one, messy, and steel not changed, so not surprising. Not everything is done. And same with the swords too. I thought that was funny. The diamond sword looks so much better, but yet the other ones are not done at all. And the diamond ore, a little fancier. So there you go. Skeleton key, a lot fancier. Wooden sign, a little cleaner. Wooden shovel, a little cleaner. But The stone shovel, again, same thing, was left alone. Some glass changes there. Steel door slightly changed there. The dies are all pretty much the same thing. I thought the aspen fence, you can really see the difference. In the pine, you can really see the difference. Same with the wooden fence gate. You can actually notice a good difference there. Let's go on here. Again, cotton looks updated, but you know what? Somebody's got to get their initials in there, so it kind of takes away from the point of making it nicer looking when you've got initials in there. Dandelions, I thought they looked better there. The water lily obviously is a lot nicer, and the Nyan cat, which I showed the block for that. Again, the blue geranium, much nicer looking, but again, got to get those initials in there, so not a big fan. Orange tulip, you can see the difference there, much nicer. Let's see, is there much over here? Again, where's the acacia stairs? Acacia stairs, there they are there. You can see a big difference there. Again, with all the other stuff too, there's the aspen wood, much nicer as well. Barrel, obviously this looks like something from the 8-bit computer days, whereas that looks kind of like a beer mug, kind of beers. Very nice. So here's what I was saying about the wooden vessels. The other shelf, along with the bookshelf, much nicer. The definition and clarity much better. Same with the picture on here. The TNT looks much cleaner. Strangely enough, the steel bottle was left on its own. It wouldn't take much to clean that one up, I don't think, but I'm not an artist, so I'm not going to criticize from that perspective. And you could also see the bowls, much nicer pattern. So let's just go down to the water there, and I'm going to go full screen on this one now, and I'm going to show you the lily pads. So there's the lily pads, much nicer, and here's the boats. I don't think they drive any better, but they definitely look a little better. So light speed ahead, and what I can do is I can switch back to the other one once I hit shore there. Oops. Let's get up there. Go back to this one here and do the same thing. I can go down there and show you the lily pad. You can see not as pretty, and the raft, although similar, I think the definition on the other raft is much nicer. So that's it, folks. That's all I have to say about this texture pack. Very nice job, guys. I'm probably going to be using this one myself. Although there's still lots missing from it, maybe perhaps a good mixture of this one and some of the stuff from Vanessa's. So there we go. That's it, folks. Comments, questions, whatever. Have a nice one. Adios.